The sources of damage caused by a high voltage surge are many. A car running into a telephone pole can disrupt a transformer and mimic or show us some sort of electrical damage without any conditions that might provide another cause. Where lightning, when we see lightning, lightning will strike a power pole and cause that similar type of damage. Direct strikes are very rare. The arc marks are very rare. What we find is some direct strike damages when lightning strikes a chimney or part of the house, it could actually catch the ductwork on fire. And that's probably one of the more common ones that we see is that type of external damage. It's not actually through the wiring itself. It's some sort of physical contact with a bolt and energy going through some of the metals within inside the house.
To add on that, I think I can come back. I can go add something to that because I have recently seen some damage that is direct lightning strike, and it's really not a direct lightning strike on the equipment sitting next to the house. But for example, I saw a piece of granite blown apart on the side of a house where it was, and then the energy from that strike actually went through the mesh that's behind the stucco of the house and distributed throughout the house. But there's usually some physical damage. There's a lot of energy there.
You mentioned arc marks. Could you kind of explain what that would look like?
Yeah, it's when two metal surfaces are close enough and there is electrical energy and it will literally jump across. We've seen this in some power line videos, specifically when we have an ice storm and ice is weighing down power lines and the power lines start to fall. As they fall, you can sometimes see static electricity going between the wires in some of those crazy videos that we see on YouTube. If you're ever interested, you can look those up. But we actually have what we call a contactor in an HVAC system. And we apply voltage to this starting component called the contactor. And every time we turn on an air conditioner, it provides this electromagnetism and it pulls in the switch. And if you've ever watched one of those, you can see it arc. And that's the type of arcing that we sometimes see when in a lightning strike where a line set is close to a gutter. And then that little section of distance, say it's an inch or 2 inch, will actually travel across one another. So metals try to go to like metals. So aluminum's going to go to copper, the path of least resistance. When it does that, it's going to leave a signature. And that signature is a burn mark. There have been lab studies. Chris and I have seen people try to mimic and mock it using various different devices, but a true arc mark caused by an act of God is very unique and usually leaves a melted pool with maybe a small signature of soot.
Okay.
Chris, how would you grade my description of that?
I think you're right on that. We don't see like large batches of soot, large burn marks. It's a very small, direct, there's no other way to describe it. Very little soot, lots of melted metal.